For our Hamlet project, we set it in the modern times, and to do that, we updated several things. We updated the language, so it follows the same plot, but we made it more modern language. We also made it into like a reality concept, so it's not like how Hamlet was, so it's like more updated. And then for like the asides, we made those into like confessions. In order to do all this, we needed to change the clothing, updated like the references. Like, we changed it from like the king and the queen to more like a CEO, like company, so they're still wealthy and well known, just not like a king and queen. The setting is in Beverly Hills, California, so it's like a rich area. We like followed some motifs of the prostitutes in Act 2 and action with our like filming. We chose those because they fell into what scenes we picked in our acts, and throughout our acts that we filmed, we followed with a theme of revenge. For Act 1, we chose Scene 2 because it shows like Hamlet struggling with his sadness because his mom just married his dad's brother. Specific adaptations for this scene, we made the king the owner of Gucci. Polonius is the owner of Louis Vuittons. They're both still wealthy people, and they're still well known and still in the high class. And Laertes is still going to France, and like Louis Vuitton is in France. We still updated like clothes, words, and it relates to modern issues because we have like business talk, so it's like updated, and like we have the confessionals for their sides. And then for our filming, like camera angles, we have like a blank wall that's like at a center angle for our confessionals. And then at the table, the king is in the center. When Hamlet walks in, we have him like going through like a entryway and like coming like forward. So then once Hamlet is talking to the queen, we like pan a little where like we follow Hamlet as he's talking about why he's upset. In Act 1, Scene 2, we have Vicky as Claudius, Kylie as Queen, Jack as Polonius and Hamlet, and Ice as Laertes.
Like I should, when in
So I get my brother's dead and all, and I feel really bad about it, but I'm having really mixed emotions about marrying Gertrude. Like, it makes me really happy and all, but I'm just really sad about my brother dying. But you know what? Screw that. I have to focus on myself right now. Anyways, down to business. So Foreign Bros is being a little right now, and he thinks that I'm all weak and everything for my brother dying. You know what? Hell no. You hard bros. Alright, so I called Foreign Bros' uncle and left a voicemail about stopping his nephew's plans. We'll see if he gets back to me, because he's like an old fart and doesn't know the difference between a text and a call. Alright, now Laertes, what did you want? I'll probably end up helping you anyway, because, you know, Louis Vuitton and Gucci have been getting really close in business.
So, like, I mean, I was thinking about, like, going to France, like, specifically, like, Paris. I've been here for you, and, like, I've, you know, been what you needed me to be and whatever. But, like, I think it's time for me to just be on, like, do things for me, you know, in Paris.
Alright, what does your dad think about it, though?
Well, Laertes is pissing me off about going to France, so I don't care. Just let him go.
Okay, then, I mean, I guess you can go. I'm okay with it. You know, have fun. Call when you land. Oh, Hamlet, here you are. Okay. What's the matter with you?
Yes, Hamlet. You've been acting all depressed, wearing all black, and you know, you need to get over the grief of your dead father. Of course it's tragic, but it happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
So why does it matter to you?
What do you mean, why does it matter to me? The way I dress doesn't show how I really feel. Deep down inside, I'm broken. For Act 2, we chose Scene 2 because we could focus on the conversation between Hamlet and Polonius to show how ideas of that time period is similar to ideas now, and how they're different between like the conversation about Ophelia and how Hamlet mentions to Polonius like, oh, you better not let her like engage in risky behaviors and stuff. And we also changed the language to fit like modern times, which you'll see some of that in the film. And then we use the aside conversations or like interviews to show how the thoughts of like Polonius is genuine and like how he's actually thinking like Hamlet is crazy because of Ophelia. And we used camera angles to follow. We had the camera follow Polonius and Hamlet as they talked, And then in Act 2, Scene 2, we have Vicky as the Queen, Kylie as Polonius, and myself as Hamlet.
Oh. Look how sad he looks, walking in, reading his book.
You know what? Go, and I'll go talk to him. Okay. Oh, hey, Hamlet. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Do you know who I am?
Oh yeah, you're a pimp.
No.
Oh, well, I wish you were as cool as a pimp. Do you have a daughter?
I do indeed.
Oh, well, don't let her go to parties, because sex is cool, but if she gets pregnant, she'll be in big trouble.
What is Hamlet talking about? Like, and why is he still moping over my daughter? And why did he think I was a pimp? Like, what the? But you know, I have some sympathy because I once was crazy for love too. So, what are you reading?
Words, words, words.
What is it about?
What's what about?
The book.
Oh, well, it's about how old men have gray, wrinkly beards and can't lift a lot of weight and are weak and not wise. But I say it's lies, because men are considered young if they could travel back in time.
You know, there's definitely a reason why Hamlet's acting this way. He's talking and speaking like a crazy person would. His answers are so weird and like, oh, he's mad. But do I have a plan? I'm going to get Hamlet and Ophelia to talk. And that way we will know. We will know if he's crazy for Ophelia. We will know.
Supposed to do Act 3, Scene 4, and we decided to adapt it into a modern day by putting ourselves into a car. And this is a scene where Polonius dies, and we decided to hit him with a car because, you know, that's like a little modern twist on it. So yeah, he gets hit by a car. We film it in a kind of like a vlog style where we put the camera in the car, like facing the driver and passenger, and we start to have conversations in there, and we have like camera angles switching back and forth between inside the car and outside the car to see what's happening around us and our conversation. We also, because of that vlog style camera, it focuses the conversation between Hamlet and the Queen. Also use the car mirror for an effect to show Hamlet's like anger and aggression towards the Queen. We tried to make the scene full of drama, you know, have a little tea in there and stuff, but in this scene we had Vicky play Polonius, myself as Queen, and Jack played Hamlet.
So, Mom, why did you want to talk to me?
You've insulted your father.
Mom, you've insulted my father.
Have you forgotten who I am?
Of course not. You are your husband's brother's wife and my mother, but I wish you weren't.
Don't talk to me like that.
Sit down. You're not going anywhere until you look at yourself in the mirror and realize who you really are.
What are you gonna do? Kill me? My God!
Was that Claudius?
I'm slain.
Before scene, we decided to film Ophelia's death. We started the scene with Laertes and the king having, or what it looked like they were having a conversation, so it was a smooth and like more casual transition into the queen explaining the death of Ophelia. We filmed Ophelia's death scene and used a voiceover so that it seemed more as a flashback to what happened. We used slow motion for a dramatic effect on her death, and the change in Ophelia's hair color also may represent more of a depressive state that we have analyzed in the novel. As for camera angles, we kind of panned towards the queen and where she was going so that we could focus on her and her dialogue. And for Ophelia's actual death, we followed her down the dock and we did a still shot of her falling into the water. And in our scene, we had myself as Laertes, Kylie as the queen, Victoria as the king, and Jack as Ophelia.
Laertes? Your sister?
There's this willow tree she used to go by and collect things to make beautiful wreaths out of. And it's by a body of water. And when she was over there, she was acting weird and singing. Then suddenly, she just fell in.
for cinematography, we started by zooming in on the bleach because it kind of shows dramatic irony because it's off to the side, like no one else is in the scene except Claudius. So only the audience know that it's bleach. And then for the fighting scenes, we did a lot of, well not a lot, but like we did some over the shoulder shots, which show just kind of both perspectives from Hamlet, which shows like the two perspectives between Hamlet and Laertes. And then the camera just kind of follows them throughout the whole scenes, because even when it shows the both of them, it's just following them around. And then to modernize it, we decided to do a montage at the end, like just showing everyone who died. So just kind of, that's kind of what they do in like reality TV shows. And then we used lightsabers to fight because it was more modern, because of Star Wars was kind of popular. And then we used the bleach instead of poison because it's kind of more, I guess, like handy. And then we selected this scene because it's a lot of drama, and that's what reality TV shows are about, it's just drama.
Secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you'll save. Better lock it in your pocket. Taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you.
Begin!
He got me.
Point, Hamlet! Here! Have a drink, Hamlet.
I'm good. I'll play the next match first.
Another touch.
Another point to Hamlet!
Yes, good job, Hamlet.
Wait, Gertrude, don't drink that.
I will.
Oh. That was a poison one for Hamlet. Another round. Split them up. Split them up.
The drink, Hamlet. The drink.
It's not my fault. Sorry, Hamlet. But plan backfired. Your mom's been poisoned. I can't speak anymore. The king is to blame.
The blade was poisoned.
Baby, I have no story.